What does learning mindset mean in reality? I would like to quote a very sort of an extreme example. I call it extreme because he really represents what learning mindset is. So I had a session with a student yesterday. So this student has been preparing for the last 8-9 months, working on his comprehension skills, trying to understand statements, trying to make connections between statements. And this guy has been doing it for the last 8-9 months. We started sessions recently, but he had been going through my videos on YouTube and my articles, and from those resources he was trying to sort of build his reasoning, the comprehension skills of understanding individual statements clearly and making connections. This guy has been doing it for the last 8-9 months, very sincerely. And now we had a session yesterday on RC. So it was clearly showing that he had made that kind of effort. But then as we progress, as some of the parts of the passage were complex, he made mistakes. And then think about it. How would you expect a person who has been preparing for the last 8-9 months, not the last 8-9 days, not the last 8-9 weeks, 8-9 months, and that guy is making mistakes at the comprehension level? How would that person feel? A lot of people in the past, in my sessions, have been very demoralized, discouraged when they have made mistakes, even though they have been preparing for just a small amount of time, or at least they have been preparing the right way for a small amount of time. They may have been preparing for 1.5 years, but they have been thoroughly focused on just the concepts or just tricks and techniques, not really on building the core skills. But this guy has been focusing on building the core skills, and still he was faltering after 8-9 months of sincere effort. How would that person respond? Frankly, a lot of people would respond by getting discouraged, by getting demoralized, that this is not happening. Even after 8-9 months, I'm making these mistakes. But this guy, at the end of the session, and even during the session, but his remark at the end of the session really captured what he was feeling as he was making those mistakes. At the end of the session, he said, "Oh, this was thoroughly enjoying." This is what he said. This was thoroughly enjoying. It was really great. How would a person who has faltered after 8-9 months of sincere effort say that? Because he was in the learning mindset. He was not in a judgmental or an assessment mindset. He was in a learning mindset. So if you're in a learning mindset, you make mistakes, you learn from them. You become curious, become engaged. Oh wow, there are still these things that I'm missing. Wow, that's interesting. But if you are in a judgment or an assessment mindset, then you get discouraged. If you're in a judgment mindset, then you would call yourself stupid. Oh, after 8-9 months I have reached here, I am still making a lot of mistakes. What have I done with my life? This is the judgment mindset. Or in the assessment mindset, you will say that, okay, this is where I stand. Okay, I need a lot more time. Oh, that's not a good thing to know, that I need a lot more time to get to my target score. So in the assessment mindset, you don't question your ability to get to your target score. You just become discouraged by sort of assessing the amount of time that you may need to get to your target score. But in the learning mindset, there is no discouragement, there is no demotivation, because you are thoroughly focused on learning. And if you're thoroughly focused on learning, the more mistakes you make, in a way, the more you enjoy. Because, wow, there is so much to learn. That's very interesting. Why have I been missing all of these things? A lot of people, of course, are not in the extremes, that they are completely in the learning mindset or they are completely in the judgmental or assessment mindset. It's a mix. But which component is more? You can assess by just looking at your reaction to the mistakes. If every time you make a mistake, you get discouraged, it means you're a lot into judgment or assessment mindset. It may make sense to shift to a learning mindset that will help you enjoy the journey and that will actually help you get to your target score sooner than later. Last thing before I go, if you are currently in a judgmental or an assessment mindset, don't use this understanding to further cast judgment on yourself. Okay, some people get into this that, oh, I'm always in the judgment mindset, I'm really bad. Okay, you're using that observation, that understanding that you are currently in a judgment mindset to cast another judgment on yourself. Don't do that. It's not necessary. It's not going to help you. Once you understand that right now you're a lot into judgment mindset, gradually, very patiently work towards changing that. It is possible. It's entirely possible. It's going to take time. It's going to require patience. Just be patient with yourself. Just be a little compassionate with yourself. Just allow yourself a little time to change the mindset. It's not a small thing you're asking from yourself. So give yourself time. It will happen, and once it happens, it is really going to impact your quality of experience. Thank you.